Hey guys, welcome to this episode of the Go Manga Tokukast. I'm your host, Frozen Stratos, and I'm very sick. Here with me today, we have...
Makotoa, and I'm not sick.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. And we're going to be reviewing for you episode 42 of Uchuu Sentai Kyuranger. I'm very sorry for all of this stuff coming out late. Watch-alongs came out late. It's not been a great week, but we are going to be bringing this to you nonetheless. Michael, I know you came away a bit more positively for this episode than I did.
Yeah, I guess I'm not as used to the over-truncated,
Oh, you mean the front-loaded
Zord
battle?
The front-loaded Zord battles in, like, the finale-type situations of a Sentai series, so, like, this is still, like, cool to me, where there's so much going on, and it was a different format than we're typically used to.
No, I get it. Like, that's usually used in order to shake up the main show, but when you've seen a lot of them, and I'll lay this out for you, usually gearing up toward the end, if they want to do like a two-parter or leave on a cliffhanger. Even Zyuohger did this. They will front load the Zord battle and then end with an in-suit battle in order for them to be able to leave off on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I thought this was par for the course. It didn't really do anything new. It actually really backtracked on what little character Lucky had, for me at least.
Yeah.
Because, and I said this in the watch along, but we could have dealt with this issue, and we actually kind of technically did deal with this issue a few episodes ago. What, like 2 or 3 episodes ago?
Yep.
And I don't know why we're having to do it again. And that's really at the core of what I didn't like about it.
No, I understand. Like, everything surrounding Lucky kind of was weak because overall his character development has been pretty weak, and to see it kind of retract is only going to make it worse, where, you would have thought that, his father has been in a situation where you thought he was alive and you thought he was evil. That happened before. Now, here it is again, and we're still having the confliction that's
it's
already
like
happened.
He was supposed to learn a lesson earlier, and he just plowed through it. Now we're having to deal with it because he didn't learn his lesson earlier.
I don't know, I feel like it's just the writing, that he was supposed to have learned his lesson, but it's like they just magically forgot, or somehow he's more torn about it now, even though both instances his father would have been under somebody's control, or I don't know, it was just like he couldn't believe that his father would be that evil. In both instances, now at least, he's correct. And so honestly, I don't really understand what the conflict was, or the hesitation was, when it was like Tsurugi wanted him to stop hesitating, because what was it, he wanted to just fight him already.
Because his luck is based on his conviction this is kind of what they were saying in the episode. It's sort of based on his conviction of his actions, and if he's wavering, then that luck isn't going to fall in their favor. And technically, in universe, that makes sense, but in terms of character development, we've legitimately backtracked so far. Why does this have to give us the two-parter? Like, why does this have to give us a stretch of episode where it matters, when we could have had a two-parter earlier for Lucky? Because that one there felt rushed, and it didn't have a lot of time to breathe. Now at the end, it feels like we just sort of stopped in our tracks. We stopped our momentum just to deal with that, and I feel like it's a big waste of time if we already did.
Yeah.
And I mean, technically, this is better it's better than what we got earlier, but we shouldn't have to have, I don't want to say a course correction, but we shouldn't have to be retaught this but better.
Yeah.
I'd rather just have one of them, even if it was the worst one. Because I'm ready to be over that plot point, and so is the show. Another big issue for me this episode was all this episode needed was Lucky, Tsurugi, and Sho, and you barely need Sho. Anyone who came up to Lucky and gave him words of encouragement, you could have given those lines to anyone.
True, but then, Garu would have been the best, but he was indisposed at the time. But
yeah, I know. And like that, the stakes from last episode tried to carry itself on to here, and they didn't. Like, I knew once they picked Garu back up, I knew it'd be fine. Like, they weren't really great at setting up stakes or making, like, there wasn't that tension there, and it's very typical of a Sentai to have done this. Like, these are a lot of tropes meshed together at once, or not. I don't want to say tropes, but like really easy story beats to hit. Oh, looks like one of them's down for the count, but he'll come in injured but willing to fight in order to rally the troops.
Yeah.
It was a lot of this was pretty textbook Sentai.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty run of the mill type thing where it was nothing here was that unpredictable. I think the most interesting thing that happened was when Lucky's dad in his like Shogun mode or whatever like broke through Lucky's sphere on the mech and pushed them both into the mech, and then they were fighting inside, and then the way Tsurugi like threw him through the window at one point with the space what was it? Like, I guess I guess they're in space, so, the oxygen was getting sucked
the
out.
Hatch. Yeah,
and the hatch closed. Like, those parts were probably the most interesting to me that I really enjoyed.
I guess, but again, we've seen this elsewhere. We've seen it in Gokaiger. That's the easiest thing that comes to mind, where bad guy jumps inside and you gotta fight him within the ship and knock him out.
I mean, it's not every day, so
It's not, but it wasn't done in a way, at least to me, that was new and fresh. It was like, hey, it's this again. I know it's been a while, but we did it again.
No, man, like, he broke through the glass orb. That was the cool thing, especially. And, like, technically, that hasn't been done before. But if I'm going to be nitpicky, because maybe you've been nitpicky this episode... Oh gosh.
It wasn't. I mean, for me, it wasn't technically nitpicky.
Yeah.
It was more like we have gone through the series, setting up a ton of new stuff that we technically haven't seen, and then for it all to come to a head and just have the standard ending. That's a little disappointing or at least feel like we're leaning into a standard ending. Feels sort of unproductive to me.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it and be like, well, there's still plenty of time for them to change that, because I remember specifically saying that when we were going into Zooger's ending, and that was that did not go well at all.
Certainly.
So I'm hopeful though, because of all the new different stuff that this show has provided so far leading up to this. I think it's been pretty good overall, so I hope it doesn't completely go all tropes towards the end. Tsurugi went off on his own, and that was
I don't know. Even that feels pretty typical. I feel like, again, we've been leading up to a plot point where I'm pretty sure he's going to sacrifice himself. Whether or not he, returns to life or gets killed at all is really up to the writers, because like any which way it's already been done. It's just whichever one you want to do. Gotcha. I don't know. I feel like I want to make a prediction that he will come back to life. I don't know that not Bandai, but Toei is gonna play it that fast and loose with their characters that they just off one.
I don't think it's unfortunately even for Kyuranger with all the like different stuff they've been doing, I still don't see them killing him off permanently. And I don't know, like it seems like the whole Yosha Lucky thing, it wouldn't be fitting even because they have all this hope and stuff, and it's supposed to be almost this this once in a lifetime circumstance where everything goes right because lucky. But I don't know. But I was gonna mention a nitpick if I can backtrack.
Yeah, okay, go for it.
Garu. So and this is the I guess the furry in me that's saying this, but like when Garu was in like hospitalized or whatever, and he had his bandages on, you could see like him without his suit. So it was sort of like his actual body, which was like just covered in pretty much blue fur fabric.
Which, we got some like fabric left over. What do we want to do with this?
It's literally.
Oh wait, what is that from? Is that from Garu's? Yeah, maybe we could use that.
Is that from Garu's?
Use it for what? Suit? Oh man, you know what? We'll just put it on his torso. It'll be his body. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a wonderful idea.
Pretty much.
All right, perfect.
And like that would be okay to some degree if when he's wearing his jacket, he doesn't have white chest fur hanging out. And when you look at him, he had none of that. It was just blue.
What?
If I recall correctly, it was just blue. Okay, I'll go back. I'll go back and look at the episode.
I'll take it at face value.
Like, if anybody wants to correct me, and I will gladly, accept my mistake in the comments below, please. Like or dislike, either one. We're good. But like,
okay. I mean, if you want to go look that up right now for yourself, I do have a point. I do kind of want to make.
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah. So, like I said earlier, we have been building this narrative in kind of a unique way, and I feel like there are so many different with all of the characters that they developed at once. And it's all like it all sort of feels new and different, but technically it is this amalgam of older tropes coming together, just all put into one. And that led to some character setup, but not a lot of character payoff or development. And now here at the end, we've run out of time to actually pay off any of those stories, most of those stories or ideas that we found at least interesting, because I'm pretty sure not many people's favorite character is Lucky. Everyone else has a pretty big fandom around them except for him. And to see that the interesting characters have been brushed off and put off by the wayside because we now do not have enough time, it definitely feels like the show was overcrowded and we could have done more. It sucks that I feel like we have to move into a very standard ending because we haven't had any meaningful setup for anything new or different. We sort of just, I
see.
Oh, hey, I'm almost done right. What do you say? Are you telling me we're almost done with the show? Oh, frick, I don't know what to do. Guess we'll just do the regular one. Why does dark matter need to blow up the universe? They're gonna stop them.
Because
it's not like it sucks because even if you haven't watched a lot of Sentai, you see what's happening. You can see it. It's plain as day. They're not just hitting Sentai tropes. Again, they are hitting easy story beats. and it's not as compelling anymore.
It's.
I feel bad.
I really hope. I really hope that they surprise us. I mean, they could potentially be setting something up with the way this villain seems to have so many copies of himself, or clones, or whatever that is. Maybe there's something deeper in that. I don't know. I hope it's not another one of those like Genos twists from like Zyuohger that just kind of happened, and we were like, okay, why? What?
At least they set up this sort of quote unquote twist stuff now, so we didn't have to like,
that came out of nowhere, but like,
have it suddenly jump on you.
Yeah, hopefully nothing like that will happen. But also, I'm wrong. Looks like
I just found it.
Yep, and I guess I mistook it for the like.
Look, man. Either way, it looks lazily done. Why does his face not have any sort of fur? That's my question.
I don't know.
Look, yeah.
Oh well.
That's what we got.
That was my nitpick, and at the same time, like even though it did keep the white fur on it, it's just like that's lazy. Anyways. But,
is it a nitpick or is it a knit pick? Like you're knitting. Anyways, guys, I think that just about does it for us. If you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Like I said, I'm sick. I know I may sound a little bit more cheery, but I'm not doing too well on the inside. So hopefully this will go up soon. God, I hope so.
Yeah.
We are also working on a lot of projects behind the scenes, and we'd really appreciate any sort of patience you could give us. We love all the support and being able to do all this for you. We've got to 60 subscribers suddenly.
Yep.
Within like a week, and I don't know how that's happened. Hi, new people. Michael, say hi.
Hi.
Be polite!
Forgive us for our poor...
Yeah, this has been a weird week.
Internet speeds,
Yeah. But I think that's enough for us. Again, thank you for listening. Thank you for everything. Keep it juicy.
See ya.